Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. We are from Group 2, consisting of 4 members. They are Aulia, Dheandra, Relwandani, and the last one is me. I'm Windy. We are currently studying at State University of Jakarta, majoring Office Administration Education. We are from Class A 2019. Today we would like to explain to you about how to prepare for an interview. This topic is very relevant to our life. It will help you to figure out the things and to cope the interview well. The first slide talking about what to do before, during, and after an interview. When it comes to job interviews, three of the biggest things people want to know are what to do before an interview, what to do during an interview, and what to do after an interview. Before an interview, you can identify your goals and skills. Why do you want this job? It's important to have a purpose in mind and communicate it to the employer. You will need to be able to show that you can support the company's needs. And then practice your interviewing skills. Many people practice for an interview by writing down answers to common interview questions. While organizing your thoughts on paper is helpful, the best practice is done verbally, alone, with a friend, mentor, or career counselor. During an interview, you can listen carefully to the interviewer. Make sure you answer the question your interviewer is asking. Relate your skills, accomplishment, and objective to needs of the company. You can focus on the positive aspect of your training and experience. For body language, our posture, eye contact, and hand gestures all contribute to the impression you make on the interviewer. Your posture can convey confidence or insecurity. Sit up straight to send a message that you are comfortable and confident. Maintain eye contact with your interviewer and others in the room. And the last one, after an interview, shake hands with the interview and thank them for giving the opportunity. This will show that one is interested with the job and excited to work with them. Utilize this opportunity to impress them, and this is one of the professional behavior to be followed after an interview. The next slide talking about dress for success for your industry. Good first impression are crucial to landing a job. Your level of success will be determined by your interviewers, who will begin your evaluation based on several nonverbal cues such as the style, fit, color, and cleanliness of your clothes, and your choice of accessories. No matter what type of job you are applying for, it's important to look neat and tidy. The clothing you select is a key indicator of your respect for the interviewers as well as how seriously you take the interview itself. The better you dress, the more seriously you will be taken and considered. Not dressing professionally could be taken as an insult of offense. For men, this most often means wearing a suit. For women, this generally means wearing a suit with a skirt or pants.
Let's move to the preparing for an interview. We should do some things that is important to do before we do an interview job. The first one is analyze the job. As we review the job description, we can consider that the company was looking for a candidate. The second one is make a match. We can make a list of qualification and the job description. Also, we can create up to 10 our assets and match them to the job requirements. This might include skills, qualities, certification, experiences, computer skills, and also knowledge bases. The third is research the company. Before we attend the job interview, we should find out about the company because it will help us prepare to answer the question about the company. And the last one is practice interviewing. We can ask our friends to practice the interview during phone. And also we should prepare for a good connection because as we know, in this pandemic, most of all activities was done online. Question to ask at the end of the interview. After we do an interview, surely we have to prepare for the next step. And here are some questions that must be asked at the end of the interview. The first one is more like, can you tell me about the kind of supervision that you provide, or what have past employees done to succeed in this position, and how do you grow your how do you help your staff grow professionally, and it's like, how do you respond to your staff conflicts.
There are many types of the interviews that serve different scenarios. Knowing what to expect can help you to meet your goals. All you have to do is prepare. The more you know about the style of the interview, the better you can prepare for the interview. There are 7 major types of the interview. The first one is traditional interview, panel interview, serial interview, behavioral interview, case interview, phone or video interview, and the last one is lunch interview. All these types of the interviews can take on different question formats. So once you have checked with your potential employer which type of interview you will be attending, then get preparing. Don't forget to do your own research and become familiar with each type, and you will be more successful. Many companies start the interview process with a phone call to discuss about job opportunity with a prospective employee. I have some tips for making the most of the interview. The first thing you need to do is make your own research about the company and about the job qualification. Be as prepared as you can. Prepare beforehand, thinking about possible answers to most frequently asked interview questions, and practice going through your answers with another person or with a friend. In case you miss an interviewer's call, ensure that your voicemail greeting is clear and professional. Don't ever underestimate how damaging a negative first impression can be when you are seeking work. And the important thing you have to remember is this type of interview is more than a casual chat. This is your opportunity to demonstrate your suitability for the job. Show them that you are good enough, that you are capable to fill the job, and don't forget to find a quiet place where you won't be distracted or interrupted. You will also rely on your verbal and oral cues to build rapport, as the interviewer can't see your body language. So just listen carefully whenever the interviewer says something. Put your best smile, speak clearly and concisely, and don't forget to follow up with an email of thanks to let them know that you are keen and to keep yourself refreshed in their mind. It's important to remember that you will not know what type of interview will take place until you are sitting in the interview room. Since you don't know exactly what situations you will be asked, be prepared to most common interview questions and be ready to answer them based on your skills, experience, and interests. You can craft answers well in advance and be confident in your responses when the pressure is on. You don't necessarily want to memorize your answer, but try to have a general strategy for common interview questions. As you prepare for the interview, you may be considering which questions the employer is going to ask you. While there's no way for sure what topics will be covered, here are some common interview questions that you can prepare to discuss. The first one is, tell me about yourself. The next one is, why do you want this job? Why should we hire you? What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest weakness? Why do you want to leave or have left your job? What are your salary expectations? How do you handle stress and pressure? Describe a difficult work situation and how you handle it. And the last one is, what are your goals for the future?
Why should we hire you? Employer may ask this question to learn a few different things about you. This question allows you to pitch why you will be an asset to the company. Answering it well will increase your chance of moving forward in the hiring process. Take time to plan an answer to this question before your interview. This question can be asked at any stage of the interview process, from pre-screen to the final round interview. When preparing, you may consider the following steps to craft a response. Study the job posting, research the company, tie your background to the job posting, quantify your accomplishment, go above and beyond. When it comes to answering a question such as, why should we hire you? There are a few practices you should avoid. First, memorize your answer. While preparation is highly encouraged, you do not want to memorize your answer word for word. Doing this can cause you to come off as robotic or authentic during the interview. Second, coming across as arrogant or overly confident. Confidence is important in your response, but it is equally important to remain humble. Finally, is speaking for too long. Keep your response concise. 2 minutes or less is ideal. If your response goes any longer than 2 minutes, you risk to losing the attention of the interviewer. Closing an interview. When would be an appropriate time for the interview to follow up and answer your get a business card so that you can write your handwritten note or an email thank you would be fine as well. Show your enthusiasm like I'm really excited about this opportunity or thank you for your time, and closing on a positive note and showing your appreciation for the employer taking the time to the interview. Follow this step to close an interview and position yourself for a job offer in the process. First, ask point question about the job and the company. Second, address any concern. Third is remind the interviewer about your strength. Next is express your interest in a job. Ask about the next steps. Offer additional information. Leave the meeting politely. Last is send follow-up email. Legal and illegal interview question. There are a number of restricted areas when interviewing potential candidates. There are some guidelines for what you should and shouldn't ask during the interview process. You are not allowed to ask about personal matters. For example, asking about someone's religion, marital status, race, or ethnicity.
How can we negotiate our salary? We can use salary research to understand salary trends in our industry and learn more about our earning capacity and prepare ourselves for negotiating for the salary. But and when we negotiate, we should be able to cite a source of salary number that is backed by facts. But actually, we should know that where we live is the most important things, because our salary is depending on where we live for. One thing that must be remain is we shouldn't be afraid to ask the interviewer about how much we pay and tell them if we had an insurance or not. Negotiating job benefits. Now comes the final part, as known as negotiate job offer. With job offer, we need to negotiate our compensation package. Here are the top things that is most negotiated for the job. The first one is know what important to us. By knowing in advance what we need, we will better prepare for negotiate to them. The second one is vacation. If our company average is per 2 weeks, ask them for 3 weeks. The third is signing bonus. There is often more flexibility when it comes to signing bonuses than salary increase, as one-time payments won't disrupt any salary equality within a division. And the last one is transport reimbursement. Sometimes we should go to meeting at outside the office, so we better can get the compensation on our transportation fee.
If you have any questions, there will be a time for a Q&A session after you see this video. Go ask your best questions and we will answer them wholeheartedly. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day!